Hello, everybody. Esri Rozier here. I have a terrible headache right now, by the way. That game yesterday, it legitimately gave me a headache. Now, one of the things that I hate the most is when fans try to blame the referees after a loss. I can't stand that crap. Even when our fans do it, even when Eagles fans do it, it pisses me off. Now, I see most Eagles fans taking responsibility and accepting our role in this loss, but I still see some of our fans blaming the referees. Guys, don't do that crap. The referees did not cost us this game. Don't be like Dallas Cowboy fans. We're not Dallas Cowboy fans. Oh, Des Bryant caught it. The referee screwed us, man. No, we're not that kind of fan base. We take this loss on the chin. The referees did not blow this game for us. We blew this game for ourselves. Eagles fans, I get it. There were several miscues by the refs. There were several missed calls and questionable calls that went against the Eagles. Yeah, I thought that Taylor Heineke got away with intentional grounding on that one play. Yeah, I thought that we were penalized for a very questionable personal foul in regards to a hit that I thought was inbounds. And yes, Dallas Goedert did get his face mask grabbed. Yes, Dallas Goedert, the referees missed a blatant face mask on Dallas Goedert. Blatant face mask. Yes, that face mask directly led to the fumble. That face mask, it directly caused the fumble. But you know what? You know what, guys? Even with the referees gifting Washington 3 points on that drive after the missed face mask fumble sequence with Dallas Goedert, we held Washington to a field goal, 26-21. The defense got to stop. And then what did we do after that play? We're marching down the field rapidly. We got some good offensive momentum. The drive is going really well. Jalen Hurts throws a deep 48-yard strike to Quez Watkins, who catches it. He falls down. He gets back up. And then the Washington defender comes up to him and he forces the fumble. Quez Watkins fumbles the ball after a 48-yard gain. Is that on the referees? Is that on the referees, guys? That was on us. Quez Watkins, he can't fumble there. If he cannot lose that fumble. He already caught the 48-yard gain. He was down and then he gets back up. He gets back up. Why did you get back up, Quez Watkins? I love Quez Watkins. I think he's a speedster. I think that we need to use him more. But why did he get back up? You know that we're trying to burn clock. You get back up. You get greedy, Quez Watkins, and then you fumble the ball. You fumble the ball, and Washington recovers it. I don't want to hear the crap about the referees because the Eagles, we shot ourselves in the foot multiple times in this game. Where was the defense in the first three quarters? Why did we not play good defense until the fourth quarter? The first three quarters, Taylor Heineke, this was one of our worst performances all year when it came to the defensive line. We were getting no pressure. That pocket was freaking empty for Taylor Heineke. He had all the time in the world. This was a problem when we played Washington last year with Heineke at quarterback in week 17. He had all that time to throw. Last year, Heineke started like 10 of 10 against us. We weren't getting any pressure. This game, it was the same story. Heineke, he was getting no pressure. That pocket was empty. Nobody was touching him. And I'm thinking, this guy is completing nearly every single pass that he throws. How many times are we going to get Washington complete a third down? How many times are we going to let them convert on third down? This guy, he was completing every single pass, it seemed like, especially in that first half. I'm like, oh my God, guys. I didn't know that freaking Steve Young came out of retirement and signed with Washington. Who is this Hall of Famer that I see right here? Like, what is going on? And then the run defense. It's been an issue since week one. Well, all right, so week one, we had that terrible game against the run. DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams, I think his name is, that other running back. And then, you know what? The running game from weeks 2 to about week 4, I'd say, from the Vikings game to the Jaguars game, the running game stepped up. But then, starting with that Cowboys game, the second half of that Dallas Cowboys game on Sunday night, that's when our run defense started to become an issue again. Ezekiel Elliott in the second half, Tony Pollard in the second half of that game, they were gashing us running the ball. Now, Najee Harris, we were able to stop Najee Harris that next week. But last week against the Texans, we gave up like 130 yards to Dameon Pierce. The run defense is awful. Jordan Davis looks like the most valuable player on the team right now. We missed Jordan Davis severely. That injury Jordan Davis had against the Pittsburgh Steelers, going down against the Steelers a few weeks ago, that really hurt this defense. We cannot stop the run. We can't stop the run, guys. Washington was running the ball all over us. Freaking Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson, and you knew that they were going to come in running the ball. You knew that they were going to play like that. You knew that they were going to run the ball. The first time we played Washington this year, in week 3, when we beat them 24-8, I thought that Washington kind of played themselves in that game because they were running the ball well, but they kept having Carson Wentz throw the ball. Like, I didn't know what they were doing. That's like Kellen Moore play calling. You're running the ball well, and you have your struggling quarterback, Carson Wentz. You keep having him pass the ball. That was stupid play calling. Washington, they learned their lesson this time. They stuck to the run game. This is a very frustrating game. This was a very, very frustrating game to watch. And A.J. Brown, I think A.J. Brown had like 7 yards in this game. Washington, you got to give them props. They really shut down A.J. Brown. Now, Jalen Hurts early in this game, he threw a strike to A.J. Brown. It was in double coverage. Originally, I thought that interception was more on Hurts. It got intercepted, but looking at that play again on rewatch, A.J. Brown had it in his hands, and then the Washington defender just took it from him. So I'm not sure if you can really blame that throw on Hurts. I mean, if A.J. Brown has it in his hands, he's got to hold on to the ball. And a lot of people, I saw some people questioning, why didn't the Eagles challenge the blatantly missed face mask? Guys, you can't challenge that. You can't challenge the missed face mask call. You can challenge the fumble aspect of that play. You can challenge the fumble, but you can't challenge the missed face mask. You can't do it. You can't do it, guys. And then at the end of the game, people didn't like that call. Basically seals the game for Washington, where Taylor Heinicke, after we sack him, Brandon Graham comes in and hits him. I thought it was a good call. It was a penalty, guys, because if you look at that play again, Taylor Heinicke was giving himself up, and Brandon Graham, he comes in and hits him late. He hits him after Heinicke gave himself up. You can't do that. Brandon Graham is a veteran player in this league. We love him, but he can't make that penalty. That was a third down play with like a minute 38 left to go. You can't make that mistake, Brandon Graham. He had a penalty against the Steelers, I believe, a false start called on the defense. I've never seen that happen. That was a very bizarre penalty against the Steelers a few weeks back, but I don't want to hear any crap about the refs cost the Eagles this game. Yeah, there were bad calls, but you know what? That happens to basically everybody, especially the Detroit Lions. But good teams overcome the bad calls to win. We're a good team, but yesterday was a very sloppy night for us. It was a very sloppy night. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot. Terrible defense in the first 3 quarters. Couldn't stop the run. The mistakes by Graham, Quez Watkins, and it was like this hurts. This one hurts. It really does hurt because there was so much good I saw too early in this game. So much promising things as well. Jalen Hurts, the jump pass touchdown to Dallas Goedert. And then you had the C.J. Gardner-Johnson interception. He has, I think, 6 interceptions at this point. And then the defense they hold on the 3rd and 14 play, they get a stop on Heinicke in that final minute, but then Brandon Graham gets the hit. This sucks, man. This sucks. I didn't think we were going undefeated. I never thought that. But it just, this stings. To lose to your division rival at home in prime time. This was a prime time game, ladies and gentlemen. Monday night for everybody to see. It really just sticks in my craw, man. This loss, it's really frustrating. And what are we going to do against the Indianapolis Colts next week? Jonathan Gannon. You know that the Colts are going to run the ball. You know that they're going to run the ball. I know it. You know it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Jonathan Gannon? Are you going to send pressure against Matt Ryan or Sam Ehlinger? Probably Matt Ryan's going to start since they threw him in against the Raiders. And I can't believe the Raiders lost that game. I mean, I kind of had a feeling they'd blow it, but to lose to a head coach in his debut, a team that just fired their head coach, and then you lose to that team, Raiders are 2-7. They suck. People had them as a Super Bowl contender after getting Devontae Adams to help out Derek Carr. They're trash. But anyway, back to the Colts. What are we going to do against Jonathan Taylor? Jonathan Gannon, you know that they are going to run the ball. The Colts are going to run the ball. I know it. You know it. Our whole fan base knows it. The entire world knows it. What are you going to do? Are you going to let them freaking run the ball all over us? Are you going to make adjustments? Are we going to play defense in the first half next week? Think, Gannon. Think! Are you going to play defense? What are you going to do next week? We're 8-1. We're still on top of the NFC East. We're still at the top of the NFC, tied for the best record in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings, who we beat on Monday night earlier this year, the Monday night game that I preferred by a vast margin. So take care, everybody, and go Birds. Dang, this sucks.